I'm trying out my new drone. The wind finally settled down enough that I could take it outside and just play with it a little bit, get some practice in. It's just sitting there right now. A lot of people that are running these things on YouTube take that plastic bubble off the camera, but I would rather leave it on there for now because I might screw up and crash the thing and the drone might survive. The drone might survive, but the camera probably wouldn't. If that bubble's not on there, it might save it if it's on there. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit, and I can't run two cameras at the same time, although it is recording right now, but I need my hands to use the control here. It's got my phone in it and the controller. You got to have both. I don't know how to do the the two cameras at the same time and record on both of them. I don't know how to do that. If somebody knows, they can tell me, but I'm going to ask some of these people out here that are doing it on YouTube. So I'm just having to do a voiceover. The camera on this drone does not have a voice. If it does, I haven't found out how to use it. It might be able to do it through my phone somehow. I don't know. But anyway, we'll just have to voice over on it for now. And I'm hoping that this is working. We'll find out. Um, we'll just see how it goes from here. I'm just practicing using this thing. I just flew it one time about a week ago outside, and it was getting dark when I got it set up. It took me a couple of hours to figure out how to get things set up on it. And by the time I was ready to do it, it was already about half an hour from dark. So I played with it outside for a little bit and put it up, and then the weather turned bad. And this is my first chance to get out here and do anything. And I really couldn't do much because it was so windy today, but the wind kind of settled down a bit. So I'm out there playing with it now. We're just looking over the back neighborhood there. It's a couple of blocks over across the main street out in front. Okay, I've got it up in the air at as high as it'll go when it's set on the beginner setting, which is about 100 feet. Well, this camera's got a pretty good zoom, doesn't it? That thing's 100 feet up there. I had it zoomed in with the camera on the drone has a zoom on it, and I had it zoomed in when I first started out. It was already 100 feet up when I started that shot there, and then I zoomed back out. That's my rental house right there, a couple doors over, little tiny thing, but it rents out. Um, and in a little bit, we'll kind of park the drone in midair right in front of the house. I'm just playing with the settings, the controls on it, because this is not something I'm used to doing. I'm just learning how to do it as I go here. It's $1,000 toy and tool, and I don't really want to take too many chances, so I'm just doing everything slow and careful. Here I'm playing with the adjustment on the lights for the camera. It like ISO settings or something. There's a salvage yard down at the end of the block. Here's a view of my property across the street. And with that bubble on there, you can see on the lower left side, you can see a reflection of the prop, and I think it's worse because we're facing the west now, and the sun is coming in the evening, and it's just lighting up the prop and the bubble, and it's reflecting. So I will need to be taking that out of there, or taking that bubble off. But I want to have a little more practice with flying the thing because that camera just shakes and they're real loose like, and it's kind of exposed. I don't want to mess up and damage that little fragile camera. There's my rental house again. But I got the light turned up too bright. Everything's too white. I'm changing the settings on the light again, making it a little bit darker. It looked on the phone like it was a little bit light. I'm not sure because I'm not used to using the video on that phone yet on this thing. Here we go for a view of the front of my other house. Just pretty much I'm watching it, the drone at a distance by eyesight, but I'm watching mostly on the phone to see where it's going, just on familiar ground so that I know I don't run into something that might be out there, like the electric wires. I know where that stuff is over there, so I feel a little bit safer taking chances that way. Once I learn how to fly it good, then I might go ahead and fly it in places where I can't really see where it's going except on the phone. I had fun playing with the kids next door with it, kind of teasing them. They came out and saw it, and I had to delete most of it because I couldn't leave any recognizable pictures of them and put it up on YouTube. I don't know if I could probably get in some kind of trouble for that, so it was fun for a few minutes, but I couldn't leave that part in there. So we're just going to go ahead and park it and shut it down. So we got about 14 minutes of video here, but it was actually up for like 22 minutes, and I shut it down with about 20% battery left. Well, thanks for watching my first video with the drone.